look, we've got a visitor. Look. Minnie Mouse has come to visit. Minnie Mouse. She sits in this really weird way. She likes to put her feet up. Hello, I thought I'd show you what I've read in September and October. It's a really small pile, partly because of the type of books I've been reading and partly because of the size of books I've been reading. So the first one was one I've talked about loads, which is Lord Berners, the Mad Boy Lord Berners, My Grandmother and Me, by Sofka Zinoviev, which I loved and was just really nicely written, and sort of a real insight into a particular group of people in English history, I guess. And at the end, she talks about her ownership of the house, and at first I thought she'd kind of gone on too far with The Best Will in the World. Lord Berners and the Mad Boy are kind of the focal point of the book, and I was a bit like, you know, do I need to know? And then very interestingly it comes back round to she sort of pulls it back, and so it's quite intriguing even to the end. So I really loved that. It took me quite a while to get through, and I'm already sort of looking forward to a time where I can read it again, because yeah, just lots of interesting stuff, and my husband's grandmother being hilarious. Then I read Mount by Jilly Cooper. Now, I saw this even this morning, someone on YouTube slagging this off. I think if you expect it to be as good as Rivals, nothing's as good as Rivals. Everyone has their pinnacle, and Rivals is an amazing book, and I think partly why Rivals is an amazing book is that it's not about horses, and I love horses, so I'm very happy to read about horses. But if you don't love horses, then quite a lot of her books, including this one, are going to be a bit horse heavy. So did I love it? Yeah, I did, because it's Jilly Cooper, and I love Jilly Cooper, and it has an escapist quality that I enjoy, and it reminds me of being 15 again, and I like being reminded of being 15 again. And there's been a lot of stuff going on at the moment in my personal life. Sounds very dramatic, but it's not. But it's quite nice to go to bed and have something as slightly escapist and luxurious and ridiculous, and that's what Jilly Cooper is, and that's kind of what she always has been. And I think, of course, if you don't like Jilly Cooper, that's fine. I'm not saying that this is, you know, the most this is a real literary aspiration. I'm just saying I don't think you can slag off Jilly Cooper for being Jilly Cooper. Is it as good as her early ones? No, it's not, but you know, and there's a lot of it that drives me bonkers, like everyone has to have a nickname and stuff like that, and I'm just like, not everyone has to have a nickname and everything. But the fact is that it takes you off into a different world, and I need that sometimes, and I don't care if it's slightly ridiculous. I live in London, I have 2 kids, I work, I don't have a luxurious horse-fueled moneyed lifestyle, and it's quite nice to have that in a book form. What I like about Jilly Cooper is she is very good at good people, good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. She's very just and fair, and so even when stressful things happen in the books, you know that Jilly is going to sort it out in the end. So personally, I enjoyed it. I whizzed through it in about a week. Do I feel like it has improved me at all? No. Do I read Jilly Cooper to be improved? Not at all. So that's my opinion. If you don't like Jilly Cooper, or if you've read Rivals and you weren't sure, don't even attempt it. Appointment with Death. I finished it this morning. yeah, I'd say, I mean, I love all Agatha Christie, so it pains me to say this, but I'd say this is definitely one of my least favourites. Do I still love it over a load of other books that I've read? Yes, of course I do, because it's Agatha Christie and I love Agatha Christie, but this is one of my least favourites, just because I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. But yeah, it is, but I still enjoyed reading it, and because it's one of my least favourites, I whizzed through it quite quickly. Next week's video, I think, is going to be a look at my reading list, my reading pile that I have next to my bedroom. I'm not sure what I'm going to be reading next, but I will let you know via Instagram. Please keep your reading list suggestions coming in. It's been intriguing because I've had a lot of my friends on Facebook sending me messages who I didn't necessarily know were that into books. So on the blog, I'll put a link below, is all the books that I get recommended to put on the recommended reading list, whether I've read them or not. So they all go on there, and I'm still compiling my list of must-reads, my 50 books that if you read all of those, you would be considered, you know, well read, like classics, like maybe some Dickens, or maybe some John Irving has been popular. So I guess things like The Catcher in the Rye should be on there. So I'm still compiling that list, and I'm still doing comfort reads, which has been so interesting because what people find comforting differs a lot. So please keep your suggestions coming in, and I'm loving them, and my personal reading list is getting out of hand. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.